So I had this theory on Muhammad of Islam. What if, let's say, he was a warlord that promises people heaven if they fought for him, sort of like a divine war culture, you know, chicks and food and stuff. You know, if you fight for him, then you will go to heaven. And what if that was all actually, and that was nothing more than that? And then in the aftermath of 200 years later, with the hadith collections, then they started to collect in terms of esoteric knowledge of scribes and people. What if they simply took from people who kind of relied on basically they had some kind of tradition of in hadith terminology of having some reliable person, and that will deliver to another reliable person, etc., etc. But what if that was basically most of stuff was basically things they just told about in terms of a dominance culture. Uh, that's just a theory I have. I actually kind of like this theory because you know we have stuff like 72 virgins in heaven, and that's great Hassan. You know, I mean most of them says two wives, but it's just interesting. It's all I think. You know, this much amount of knowledge of Muhammad, and they all are having some lots of circulation with you know, stories and such. So it's kind of interesting. Um, so yeah, I just have this fear that he may be like a warlord that promises them heaven, you know, like a cult figure, because that's the thing with cult people who like make cults and such. They kind of you know, you kind of get stuff like a cult figure, and then you kind of can turn into a religion out of it in a sense. This has also happened in modern days with people who kind of are cult figures, but they also do messed up stuff like what's his name, Marison. Uh, Let me just search it up a little bit. Mer Cult. Just a second here. I'm just gonna look it up. 1960s Marison cult maybe. I don't know. Let me see. I also think it was a part of South Park too. Maybe it was because there was some kind of black satire on that one. I don't know the name of that guy, but it was kind of interesting, I think. But the point is, you know, you can have some kind of a historical figure that may have started a cult, that may have developed into a religion, and the follower may have kind of delivered, you know, some kind of I heard this guy say this, and that may have delivered to another guy, and whether was circulated the stories or not, that's kind of just a fun theory I have on this one. Yeah. Feel free to agree or disagree on this one. I just kind of like having some kind of theories sometimes. Thank you for listening, and bye.